You feel it, don't you? That anxious feeling that no matter how hard you work, you're on an accelerating treadmill and you have to frantically run faster just to stay afloat. But what if that feeling isn't an accident?
It's denied.
For the past 60 years, even without realizing it, we have slowly been trained to forget the very definition of money itself. I struggled with that tension in the past, but the way I overcame it was to utilize my training as an astrophysicist. By recognizing deep patterns underlying the chaos, I spent dozens of hours sifting through ancient texts, cross-referencing them with economics, science, and history to produce an engaging video that you will not find anywhere else on YouTube. A way to overcome the anxiety in your wallet. The truth is that the dollars in your pocket aren't money. They're currency. And understanding that difference is the key to plugging the leak in your financial life. A currency is just a medium of exchange, a tool, but real money must be a long-term store of value. A currency designed to lose purchasing power perpetuates a fraudulent system, one that is designed to keep you enslaved to overtime shifts and gig work in order to make ends meet. And historically, every fiat currency, one not backed by a real asset, has a 100% failure rate. They all go to zero. You're storing the monetary output of your life's work in a leaking container. If the currency is broken, what are the alternatives? How do we find a system that can actually protect your hard-earned wealth? There are three competing systems fighting for your trust. System one is the fiat system. Fiat is Latin for let it be done. It's arbitrary. Its structure is an inverted pyramid of risk, built on reliance of government authority. Its fatal flaw is that those at the top can either freeze your account or print the currency into worthlessness at any moment. So how do you build wealth that can't be unethically seized? That question was answered by System 2, the crypto solution. Bitcoin, the most famous of all crypto, is a decentralized ledger secured by proof of work, real computer energy. This system is based on trust in code, a decentralized network, and an immutable distributed ledger. But blockchain has its own unique vulnerabilities. If you lose your private keys, your money is gone forever. Some worry about threats like quantum computing. And Bitcoin is still a very young asset class that many don't yet trust will be around in the long run. So how do you find financial security that can't be hacked, deleted, or simply abandoned? This brings us to the third system, the biblical blueprint. It's not based on trust in authority or code, but on trust in reality itself. Gold and silver have an incredibly dense value, meaning a small coin can store a large amount of purchasing power. But of all the tangible things in the world, why did humanity, across cultures and millennia, converge on mainly two elements, gold and silver? Was it coincidence, or does the very structure of the universe point to them as the ultimate form of money? All of the gold and silver on Earth were forged in the heart of ancient exploding stars, supernovae, and propelled from across the cosmos. When we use them in their purest forms, we're getting as close as possible to their original creation status. From a chemistry perspective, gold is the most noble of all the metals. It doesn't corrode or tarnish. Silver is also considered a noble metal for similar reasons. Their durability is so profound that sometimes the only evidence we have left of an entire ancient civilization is the coins that they left behind. And this is where science connects with our spiritual purpose. Jewish mysticism teaches that the world was created in a perfect state, but was then shattered in the world that is in need of repair. Our mission is to become partners with God in creation, in Hebrew, tikkun olam, to find the scattered sparks of holiness and elevate them. This spiritual endeavor is reflected in the physical formation of our planet from the stellar nebula that formed our sun. Precious metals were scattered and buried in the earth. In order to restore our broken financial system, it is our job to sift through the rock and dirt, extract the hidden precious metal specks, and restore them to their pristine state as honest money. It's the same struggle that Adam faced when he was removed from the Garden of Eden, working through the thorns to retrieve pure produce needed in order to live. Our mission is to refine the economic chaos in order to return to real monetary value. Now that we know the science from where these metals originate, the more fundamental question is, did a higher power specifically mandate them for this purpose? Before we continue, make sure to hit that subscribe button and share this video with your family and friends. In Exodus, when God establishes the monetary standard for the Israelite nation, He doesn't just give them a concept, he shows it to them. The ancient sages teach that when Moses was commanded to collect a half shekel, God took what was described as a coin of fire from under his throne of glory, showed it to Moses, and said, "This is what they shall give." It was a physical silver coin of a specific weight, a heavenly mandate, born of combining the spiritual with the physical. Now we have a divine standard forged in a supernova. But is there any sociological and anthropic evidence that this understanding was real? Or is it just a beautiful story? Could it potentially be hidden in plain sight? In the very words we use and the texts we read? The truth is baked into our language. The Hebrew word for silver is kesef. That same word also means money. But it's not just Hebrew. In French, argent means both silver and money. In Spanish, plata is also silver and money. And in India, the word for their rupee currency comes from the ancient Sanskrit word for silver, rupiah. While this is a widespread human understanding, can we find confirmation of a similar pattern in the Bible itself? A deep analysis of the 5 books of Moses reveals a stunning pattern. When the text describes personal wealth or a medium of exchange, silver is mentioned first every time. Abraham was rich in silver and in gold. A king should not multiply for himself silver and gold. There are in fact 20 verses that mention both gold and silver together. See the description for a full list. 13 mention silver before gold, but only 7 mention gold before silver. And 12 of the 13 describe money, while 1 describes idols. But when the text describes gifts for building the holy tabernacle, when the metals are used as a sacred commodity, gold is mentioned first in 6 of the 7 verses, while 1 verse describes spoils of war. We can conclude that silver was the primary money of the people, while gold was the main commodity of the divinely commanded priests. Our final argument comes from the very beginning. In Genesis, before the Bible even details Adam being placed in the garden to work it and keep it, it describes a river flowing out of Eden through the land of Havilah, where the gold of the land is good. We see here that money is mentioned before the concept of labor. The fundamental lesson of the entire series is this: sound money is the prerequisite for a productive society. Now we understand the blueprint for real money, but comprehending what isn't enough. We have to understand why it affects us so deeply. Why does a broken currency create so much stress? To find the answer, we have to look inside of ourselves. In the next episode, we will explore the neuroscience of financial fear and reveal how the modern debt system is chemically designed to keep you addicted and nervous. Click over here to discover the spiritual roots of your monetary stress, or check out the rest of the playlist over here.